Well, in the entire journey of NEP, we have another pillar, and that is faculty and education leaders. Their continuous development is equally vital and crucial as they are the backbone of the education system. And in order to add more inputs, how faculty development looks like under NEP, I'd like to invite Mr. Abhishek Mishra.
Thank you so much, Lucy. All right, very good afternoon and good evening to you all. So I take this opportunity, and since Malini ma'am has tossed many vital terms, I'm going to refer all that term, right? So she has shared that this entire NEP is going to revamp and revise the entire education system after 34 long years. So when it comes to the faculty development, right, I would like to compare this with a tree. So wherein NEP, if it's our root, our faculty and academicians and the leaders, they are the trunk and the branches of the tree, and that's where we happen to nurture the fruits and the flower and the fruits, right? They are our kids, our children. So if our root is healthy, if our trunk is very strong and healthy, we can deepen our roots in any circumstance. So, and if I may refer this entire change, the revamp or the revision of this entire education system, and if I may call it a cultural change, right? Uh, any cultural can be changed only from a top-down approach. So, if I may say that how any kid learns, they learn by observing. They don't learn only by preaching what we say and what we just preach. They actually closely observe to all of us, including the faculties, when they walk in the class, and then they observe and they learn, right? So, in order to establish, or I would say, creating, in order to create this ecosystem, which is like well connected, I would say it's integrated, holistic, comprehensive, human skill driven, or competency based, or has a lot of compassion. Uh, a lot of empathy flowing in, right, and making a good and responsible citizen, if I may to talk about the kids, and giving them an ethical values. It's very imperative to not only talk the talk, it's also to walk the talk. So when we say walking the talk, it's our faculties. That's where I'm coming from. This our faculties are, and our academic leaders are the backbones. They are the future of our nation. They are the backbones because what they talk is going to get reflected in our kids, and that's where I'm coming from. And if I may relate it to NEP and what kind of changes we should be expecting in upcoming NEP, it's going to create, or I would say, it's going to promote a lot of bright talents from the rural areas, not only from the urban, also the rural areas, by promoting a lot of scholarships and integrated B.Ed program, wherein, and especially in order to bring the diversity in the picture, they're going to promote a lot of female teachers to retain the talent in that area, benefits, so they do not leave the city and they can be there and they can nurture the talent around. Apart from that, if I may talk about, there's also a provision coming in of CPD, continuous professional development, wherein each faculty or the principal or the academic leader are supposed to undergo of 50 hours of self-development program in a year of their choice. Apart from that, NEP is also going to give them a lot of free hands in order to choose their pedagogy, so they can conduct their classes of their own choice, as because each student, as Malini ma'am tossed very correctly, because each student has a different quality, different way of learning, different speed of learning. So we can't say that one size fits all. That's where a free hand would be given to the academicians to utilize their own pedagogy in order to fit in which kind of style would fit into which kind of student, so they can nurture the student in a holistic way. And that's where this holistic development is coming in play, with a lot of moral science coming in play, and including compassion, empathy, ethics, you talk about, and it's already there, right? And right from, say, childhood. Apart from that, a faculty is also supposed to do a lot of administrative work, a lot of non-teaching work, which is going to be minimal, or I would say next to negligible, in a time to come, wherein they will be focusing more on the academics, how to make this entire session more holistic, more powerful, more impactful, and they can focus more on kids and their learning rather than focusing on the trivial stuff. So that's where, it's coming in big way. It's going to strengthen and deepen the root of this entire ecosystem. And if I may tell you, this is going to be, as ma'am rightly tossed this word, ripple effect. This ripple effect has going to be a very deep and a long lasting effect. And so I heard this term somewhere, that if you want to destroy any nation, destroy its education system. So it goes in a similar way, that if we want to strengthen our ecosystem, if we want to strengthen our nation, we'll have to strengthen our education system. We'll have to look back and see that how we are conducting ourselves, how we are imparting the education, how we are imparting the this entire knowledge. And we are not just talking the talk. It's we need to walk the talk. We are just not supposed to preach. We are supposed to conduct ourselves in such a way that is impactful, inspirational, right? Because they look up to us. They look up to the faculties. They look up to the leaders. They look up to the academicians when they walk in. So that's where I would conclude that it's a pillar. It's a backbone. It's a spine. It's a nervous system of the entire education system, and we need to ensure that it flows top down, and so we can actually nurture, and rather focusing on the quality of the flowers and the fruits, let's focus on the roots, which itself will take care of the quality of flower and fruits. That's all from my side. That's where I would leave you with the thoughts. Thank you so much, Lucy, for counting on me and giving me this opportunity to speak in this forum. Thank you.